Hello, and a very warm welcome back to everyone listening to Daily English Flow. I am your host, Sarah, and I am absolutely delighted to be back in the studio with you all for another session of learning and conversation.
And hello, everyone. I'm Tom. It is great to be here. Although I have to admit, Sarah, that I am still struggling a little bit to wake up fully because the weather outside is so gray and gloomy today.
I know exactly what you mean, Tom. On rainy days like this, it feels almost impossible to leave the comfort of a warm bed. But here we are, ready to dive into a topic that I think every single person listening can relate to deeply.
That is right. Today, we're not just talking about vocabulary. We're going to explore the psychology and the reality of morning routines. We want to discuss how we start our days, the habits that help us succeed, and the bad habits that make us late.
We are going to cover everything from that dreadful moment the alarm rings to the rush of getting dressed and finally the journey to work. So whether you're listening to us while drinking your coffee or while sitting on the bus, sit back and enjoy the conversation.
So, Sarah, let's start with the most difficult part of the day, the moment of waking up. I've always wondered, are you the type of person who jumps out of bed the second the alarm goes off, or do you struggle with it like the rest of us?
Well, believe it or not, I actually have a very peaceful relationship with my alarm clock. I use a specific setting on my phone that plays the sounds of birds chirping in a forest, which gradually gets louder so that I don't wake up feeling shocked or scared.
Oh, that sounds absolutely magical, like you're waking up in a Disney movie. My experience is completely different. My alarm is this loud, aggressive beeping sound that feels like a siren, and honestly, my first instinct is to destroy the phone rather than wake up.
That sounds terrible. So, when you hear that aggressive beeping, do you get up immediately or are you a fan of the famous snooze button?
Oh, Sarah, the snooze button and I have a very complicated love-hate relationship. I usually hit the button thinking that I will just rest my eyes for 5 more minutes. But as we all know, those 5 minutes usually turn into 30 minutes of low-quality sleep.
Exactly, it's a trap. I read somewhere that sleeping for those extra few minutes actually makes you feel more groggy and tired because you're interrupting your sleep cycle right at the wrong moment.
You're probably right, but in that moment when the blankets are warm and the room is cold, logic doesn't really matter. All I want is to delay the reality of the day for just a little bit longer, even if I know it will make me late.
So, after you finally manage to drag yourself out of bed and escape the blankets, what's the first thing you do to help your brain start functioning?
Well, I stumbled towards the bathroom like a zombie. And for me, the most essential step is jumping into a hot shower. Standing under that hot water is the only thing that washes away the sleepiness and helps me organize my chaotic thoughts before the day officially begins.
I can understand that. For me, because I usually shower in the evenings to relax before sleep, my mornings are a bit quicker. I simply wash my face with freezing cold water, which is a bit of a shock, but it definitely wakes me up instantly.
Cold water? Wow, you really are disciplined. After the shower comes the part that I hate the most, deciding what to wear. Do you lay out your clothes the night before, or do you choose them in the morning?
I try my best to choose my outfit the night before because I know that if I wait until the morning, I will waste 20 minutes staring at my closet, feeling frustrated because I can't decide if I want to wear jeans or a skirt.
That's very smart. I usually just grab the first clean shirt I see hanging in the closet. Sometimes I realize halfway to work that my shirt is wrinkled or my socks don't match, but by then it's too late to do anything about it.
Well, I think mismatched socks can be a fashion statement if you wear them with confidence, Tom.
Now, let's talk about fuel. I know some people can run just on air, but I need something in my stomach. However, because I press the snooze button so many times, I rarely have time for a proper meal.
That's not good, Tom. Breakfast is supposed to be the most important meal of the day. Since I wake up early, I usually take the time to make something nutritious, like oatmeal with fresh fruit, or maybe some avocado toast with a poached egg.
See, that sounds delicious, but my morning routine is more about survival than nutrition. Usually, I just grab a bite on my way out the door, maybe a granola bar or a banana, and I eat it while I'm driving. But the one thing I cannot compromise on is coffee.
Ah, yes, the coffee addiction. How do you take your coffee?
I drink it black, strong, and in large quantities. I feel like my brain is in a fog until I've had that first sip of caffeine. It's almost like a magic potion that turns me from a grumpy monster into a functioning human being.
I'm more of a tea person myself. I love the ritual of brewing a fresh pot of English breakfast and drinking it slowly while I check my emails. It gives me a calm, steady energy instead of the jittery energy that coffee gives.
I wish I could be that calm. Maybe one day I'll switch to tea, but for now, I need the high octane fuel to get through the morning traffic.
Speaking of traffic, that brings us to the final part of the morning routine, the commute. How long does it take you to get to work, and how do you handle the stress of the road?
My commute is about 45 minutes, but if there's an accident or bad weather, it can easily turn into an hour. There's nothing worse than sitting in bumper to bumper traffic, watching the red brake lights in front of you, and knowing that you're definitely going to be late.
That sounds incredibly stressful. That's exactly why I prefer taking the subway. Even though it can be crowded and sometimes smells a bit funny, at least I can use that travel time to read a book or listen to a podcast instead of getting angry at other drivers.
You make a good point. Since I'm stuck in the car, I try to make the best of it by listening to audiobooks or podcasts, like this one. It makes me feel like I'm being productive even though I'm just sitting still on the highway.
That's a great positive mindset. Using that dead time to learn something new is a fantastic habit.
And sometimes, if the traffic is really bad and I'm feeling frustrated, I just turn up the music really loud and sing along to 80s rock ballads. It's my own private concert, and it definitely helps release the stress.
I would pay money to see a video of that, Tom. Well, looking at the time, I think we have covered pretty much every aspect of the morning routine, from the alarm clock battles to the breakfast choices and the traffic jams.
It's funny how we all go through these same steps every day, yet everyone does it a little bit differently. Some people like you are organized early birds, and people like me are chaotic night owls just trying to survive.
But both methods work, as long as you start the day with a positive attitude. Before we go, we want to ask our listeners, what is the one part of your morning routine that you cannot live without? Is it your coffee, your shower, or maybe hitting the snooze button?
Please let us know in the comments below. We love reading about your habits and learning from you. And if you enjoyed this longer, more detailed conversation, please make sure to subscribe and hit the like button.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Daily English Flow. We hope this episode helped you improve your listening skills and gave you some new vocabulary to describe your day.
Have a wonderful, productive morning or evening wherever you are in the world. See you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone!